Hello, and we are moving on to chapter 36, going about your business. There's something really uh, that I love about this title, going about your business. Quietly going about your business, just doing what you do without worrying about what it's going to lead to, without worrying about how much praise or how much success or any of that. Like, it's just going about your business. You just do what needs to be done. It's not about what you want so much as just doing what needs doing. So let's look at this and see what we can glean from it. If you want to take a deep breath, you must first empty your lungs. If you want to make something weak, then observe it first as powerful. If you want something destroyed, then see it first glorified. Identify your rigid desires. Meet them with flexibility. The soft overcomes the hard. The slow overtakes the fast. Just quietly go about your business. The results will speak for themselves. When we focus on success, when we focus on our desires, when we focus on what it is we want right now, as we're on our way to get it, we have to empty our lungs, right? If it's like, I want a deep breath. Well, if you want a deep breath, empty your lungs, take a deep breath, empty your lungs again, take a deeper breath, right? Like you're going to be able to take a deeper breath the more deep breaths you take. If you want to make something weak, then first observe it as powerful. Like, as soon as you can recognize the power of something, then you will start to focus on how it's weak. Our journeys are not a straight line, and we've seen these memes everywhere, right? Like it's like, oh, up and down, and it's success is like this, like whatever, and it's true. But the thing is the mind of the person that is doing the actions that are taking him to what success is still in an observational kind of thing. I'm looking at the world around me to check in with how my success is going. And it's going to fluctuate everywhere, always, from moment to moment sometimes. In one day, you could be, well, I'm really depressed. I'm going to leave. I'm going to quit. I'm going to give up my whole business and everything else. And then by the end of that day, you can be like, oh my God, I'm doing the right thing. I'm on the right path. And all of this bullshit, right? Because you're not focused on where you are. You're focused on measuring yourself to some standard or measuring yourself to something that you want in your mind. And yet the reality is you're just going about your business. Whether or not you're successful at 9 a.m. or if that success doesn't come until 4 p.m. or doesn't come until you're 65 or doesn't come until whatever, you're on a journey. This idea of quietly going about your business means recognizing that you are on that journey and that you're not in a destination and you're not actually looking for a destination. You're just quietly going about your business. What's your business? Living, being here, doing whatever it is you're doing. If you want something destroyed, then first see it glorified. So these things are all about recognize there are opposites in everything. And there is a law of opposites, right? I know we talk about the law of attraction a lot, but there is a law of opposites, which means that you want to be successful. Well, you're going to experience some fucking shit before you can be successful, however you define that success, right? Whether or not you define that success in love. And so you feel alone and you feel all of these things until you can embrace that aloneness, until you can embrace the opposite of that which you want, you are not going to achieve or get what you want because there is a law of opposites. Now, is that true across the board? No, of course that's not true. You do not have to embrace like feeling or being destitute before you can have, receive it all. But once you start to identify with the external world at all, right? Like once you say, I want success or I want money or I want love, well, You're defining things. And as soon as you start defining things, you start to welcome its opposite. And so what it says here is identify your rigid desires and meet them with flexibility. All of that shit that you want, meet it with flexibility. Recognize that it's going to come, but it's not going to come in the way that you want. And it's not going to come in a direct fashion. It's going to come in roundabout ways. And you're going to recognize that you have what it is you desire well after you've had it, right? You're not going to, it's not going to be so obvious. The world isn't as conspicuous as you would like it to be. You're like, I want to be successful, so I want a Mercedes Benz, blah, 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 whatever it is that you want. You want to be able to spend money however you want. You want to be able to travel. You want to be able to do all the things that you want to do. Well, meet those things with flexibility. Don't necessarily say, okay, well, I want these things, but what is it that I really want, right? We were talking in the last verse in 35 about the senses. Well, your senses are telling you what you want. Well, is that external, or what's the internal experience that you're going to have when you get there? And you can kind of see, oh, well, I want this because it was kept from me in some way, and I don't want to feel as if the world is being kept from me. Now, this is flexibility. Oh, okay, now the world doesn't have to be kept from me. Why do I feel like it's been kept from me? And now we start to get into the idea of like, what is your business? The soft overcomes the hard, the slow overtakes the fast. Just quietly go about your business. What's your business? Anything that sparks in your heart. The things that you desire. Why do you desire it, right? What makes that your business? And the results will speak for themselves. You stop, you squelch, you quell that desire. You push it down, and you allow the experience of why do you desire this to come to the fore. And then you align with Tao. So that's what this is really sort of kind of bringing in. It's like, it's not about your money, because your money is just telling you that you're safe. Why do you need to be safe? What is this? Why don't you trust the universe to be protecting you? Right? Why don't you trust that you're being held? Because you are. Go about your business, the business of living your life, the business of being you. And recognize that, like, if you want to engage the manifestation, like take a deep breath, well, you better empty them first, because you are creating the experience of the opposite rather than like appreciating this moment and meeting it with flexibility. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, keep recovering yourself.